Alright folks, so we got a little update on it. Went and got some more antifreeze, topped the radiator off a little bit more because it was just below, a little bit below this line here, is about right in there. So I topped it off a little bit more, and I think, well, I got to thinking about it a little bit. I think what happened is the way this Durango's sitting, the ass end of it's kind of sitting down a little bit further. Don't look like it on video, but it's actually sitting down a little bit further in the back, and then the front end's a little bit higher than the front, even though it don't look like it, but that's the way it actually is. And I think what happened is that heater core still had a bunch of air in it from when this thing ain't had no coolant since like April, and basically I tried to work all that air and everything out, so I ran a little more and kept topping it off and working some of the air out of it, and then I believe now I finally got it pretty much all out now. And anytime I always fire a motor up, especially when there's no coolant in it at all, I always dump in about a gallon and a half just to start out before I even start it. That way it's got something in there, that way you don't cause a bunch of hot spots and everything else. But I did that, and then as it's idling, then I'll fill it up, you know. And I always, you don't want to fill it too fast at the same time, but at the same time too, you don't want to fill it too slow. And I'll fill it up, put about half a gallon off, cut it off, let it sit there, you know, a couple minutes, come back, fire it back up, you know, fill it up some more, cut it back off. Keep doing that until it gets topped off. That way you don't have no chance at all of it ever overheating anyway, and just makes it more convenient that way. But anyway, I think that's what happened with the heater core. So I still, you know, we'll check into it a little bit more, but it is blowing warm now, so it's not as warm as I want, but you know, it's definitely warmer, and I could feel the hoses now, and it's definitely it's getting some heat in it now, so that's good. Now we check it here. Let's see. Got about 163 now. This thing's only been off for a few minutes, but check this one too. Got on this one. Got about 153 on that one. 153. And it's not overheating, so that's good. Got about 199, 200 on that. I'll go a little bit down further. 195. On that, then we got about, let's see, 143. Yep. So this must be old school still. It must still, you know, basically flow clockwise. So it must still flow clockwise. I knew about Chevrolet, they had the reverse flow water pumps, but this one still must be standard, I guess. You know, unless, you know, Chrysler or something was the other way around on their other stuff. I don't know. I don't know much about Chrysler. But I tell you what, though, I like this motor. Man, this thing sounds so much better. Good God. I mean, when I was making videos of this thing before, I mean, this thing sounded like complete shit, honestly. It sounded like it, you know, like that and everything else. Of course, I was only running a few seconds. You know, it's not going to hurt it. You can run it a few seconds like that if it ain't got no coolant or nothing in it. You just don't want to do it, you know, too much. You'll screw up the heads and everything else, but that little bit ain't gonna hurt nothing. But anyway, I think we'll keep bleeding the cooling system out a little bit, and we'll keep an eye on it. It's charging good now, so that's good, and it's holding a good temperature. I don't see any of the freeze plugs at all leaking. They all look like they're holding a good tight seal, so that looks good there. That one looks good there. It's oil on the side of the block, all through there. That's all that is. It's run down. That's a valve cover leak. I gotta look into that. But it actually, I didn't pay no mind to it, but it actually did. I think it did get the alternator the way this looks. I don't know. It might be a casting flash. Because the way this thing is cast, it almost looks like it's cracked. It might not be. No, I don't think it is actually. No, it looked like it was cracked. It looks like it's cracked on camera, but it's actually not. That's a casting flash. So it comes all up through there. Then comes there and then goes over. It's just the rough casting, that's all. Yep. Because it looks worse than what it is. And if you get from maybe this angle, you can see it better. After I get out of the way, there we go. Yeah, I think that's all that is. It looks like a crack, but it's actually not. It's blurry. But anyway, well, I'm gonna keep bleeding this cooling system out. Focus there, focus, there we go. Apologize for the videos. I know the quality sucks, but you know, trying to do a little better on that. But anyway, I'm gonna keep bleeding the system out here, and got to work on getting this radiator permanently mounted. The upper radiator support right there, and then we got to get that little bracket that goes on the front of it. That's got to go on. We got to bolt the bumper up. I just got bolts in it for now that are just snug, but I got to tighten them up. I found the other 2 bolts there, so I've got 2 there, and then I found the other one as well. So I got all them. So I had lost some of those, but anyway, I got all those now, and then basically we'll get our bumper mocked up. We'll get it lined up as good as we possibly can, and we're just gonna call it good. But I still don't like the way the back brakes are, but I got to look into that. We got to bleed the cooling system, finna wrap this up on the front here, and I'm gonna look in a little more of them brakes and them wheel lug nuts, and it's either gonna be 1 or 2 choices on them. Either I'm gonna double check them again and we'll run them, or either more than likely I'm just gonna go to the junkyard and just get a good original set, because they just do not feel right at all. They feel like when you tighten them up, and they're the same thread, they're 1/2 inch 20. You know, I mean, they spin right on there nice and beautiful, but once you get to the point where they start tightening up, it feels like they're getting ready to cross thread, and I just don't like the way they feel. So I might end up, you know, getting rid of those and find something better. But that's where we're at here, and gotta get the airbag light off, turn on this thing, and we'll either just plug that sensor up, or we'll just unplug the other one from the steering column and the passenger side airbag, because they don't work anyway. And that's nothing to do with the accident. It's just probably unplug them anyway, because really kind of useless anyway. But I gotta look into that. So here's one right here for the passenger side, and it is plugged up, and the one for the steering column is too. So we're looking into that. But I want to eventually make a delete plate for that, and maybe get the ram horns or something like I got on my truck there. Except that's got the bow tie. But anyway, that's where we're at. And speaking of bow tie, I forgot about that. I can't see it. No, can't see it. Yep, gotta love Chevrolet. But anyway, that's where we're at. We're gonna mess around with this thing a little bit more, and hopefully, yeah, we'll check into these, because these just don't feel right. They spin on there nice, and then once you get them, start torquing them down there, they just feel like they're going to cross thread. So I hope, you know, that kind of sucks, because that's like almost $30 down the toilet. But we're getting closer now. At least it blows heat now. It's still not the warmest, and it never was. The heat's always just sucked. It just takes forever. It's always taken forever to get it warmed up. And it's still, even then, like when it's really cold here in Virginia here, the heat's just, I mean, it's barely enough to keep you warm. That's about it, but it sucks. The heat in this truck's always sucked too, because the ductwork is junk. It's really, it don't even have, I might as well say, any ductwork underneath of it, because all of it just deteriorated, and I threw it all away, and it's just blowing straight out on top of the dash. It's blowing right straight up underneath the dash on this, and I don't know, I gotta look into it more. But we're gonna end this video here. I'm gonna get all these videos uploaded and get this stuff updated, because it's been a while since I made some updates. I haven't been able to get on the Wi-Fi to update it, but I think we're gonna call this thing pretty much almost about good. We'll wrap up these last few small things, and I'll keep running it and bleeding the cooling system, and check all our fluids in, our power steering, all that good junk, and we'll go over it one more time, and hopefully we can get our wheels and tires done on it. And I think I'm gonna wrap this thing on up, so hopefully maybe next Friday and get the wheels and tires done, because I got 2 of the wheels right there, and then I gotta get them at the other place that they're at. I gotta find one ram horn, because we're missing one on that wheel, and I gotta find another ram horn center. They just pop out. I want to find that. Thought about if I had more time, I would clean these wheels up and paint them. I'd get the paint that would match these wheels as close as I could get, and I would paint them and clear coat them just so they would look nice. But I just, I'm running out of time here. Winter's coming around the corner, and we got to get away from this truck because I think I've confirmed it that these back brakes are ruined as well, because now when you step on the pedal, you can hear it, and that's not a good sound. You can hear it go. There's a spit in there, so these drums are on their way out too. So, well, they're already ruined anyway. So I don't want to let them get too terrible. They're already ruined, but I don't want to get them to the point to where it'll grind completely through them, and before you know it, you're gonna have a major issue then. But so we'll plan on getting them too, and this truck, hopefully, I hope by next Friday it'll be this coming Friday, this thing will be parked, because this thing needs to be retired. Had enough of it. I like it, I don't mind driving every now and then, but it's time to retire it and park it. This thing is just, this truck's just worn out. I want to build my dream and do my dream on it, I really do. But I'm gonna find me a F-150 frame, and I'm gonna build it the way I want it. That's what I want to do. Like I said, I'm gonna be the last owner of it. It'll never be sold or anything. I'll be the last owner, because like I said, I don't like getting rid of things or selling things, because I don't like to see things go down the road, and it's just kind of depressing to see somebody that's got it all nice and fixed up, which I like that part, but to see it go down the road and I was never able to do it and could never afford it, it's just kind of depressing to me a little bit. That's why I don't want to see it, and that's why I say I'll always be the last owner of this thing. And plus, honestly, if I ever did restore it or something like that, I would consider selling it, but the way this truck is now, it's just not worth it. It's really not. This thing is it's a basket case. I think we're going to name this truck it's been very reliable, that's for sure. It's definitely over reliable there. It's been a good truck on that part, but as far as the body and all that, it's a basket case. That's for sure. Oh man, but yeah, we'll end this video here, and oh man, I'm getting excited here. Get this thing back on the road, get out from under my C10. Could finally park that, thank God, and then get on this Biscayne here, because I can't wait to get on that. And I'm excited about that. And I ain't heard no more about the door. I was talking to my buddy on, he's got a channel on now on here as well, and haven't heard nothing back, so I don't know. But I heard he was selling the door and all, and I was trying to get a good deal on it, so I don't know. I have to try and contact him again. I ain't contacted him again. Probably busy, but that'd be nice if I get that door and that lower hood hinge. Hood hinge there. I'm thinking the one on the passenger side on this car. I do need one, but I got to get the lower door hinge too for this thing, and hopefully that'll come through, because like I said, I still want to get that door on it and get this windshield trim wrapped up so I can get this front end straightened out, because once I get this Durango and all on the road, I hope by next week that which I got to tell y'all too, the tires, so keep that in mind, don't forget. We'll come back to that in a second, but once I get that on the road, I want to get this, start straightening this out. I found a radiator support for it, and of course I get the V8 in them, the 283 emblem on the hood, and the Chevrolet emblem too. I can find all that stuff, but I got to find this valance here. I don't know where in the world I'm gonna find that. But the radiator support, I have located that. But so we got to get that, the headlight buckets, and that valance, and of course the lower valance underneath the bumper there. That's completely shot. The one on the back is still usable, thank God. Yeah, people are crazy what they want for them things. They want almost, I think it's almost $1,000. And all it is basically just stamped sheet metal underneath the bumper, basically. So this one's still good. Thank God. But even the center's good. The ones over there is good. I can't believe they want almost that much just for that. The one on the front, like I said, it's shot. But yeah, I want to get back on this thing because I'm getting excited here. You know, I want to get on this car. Now I ain't made my mind up yet. It's if I want to put that roller 305 in here, because I mean I like to throw the motor in it now. I don't really care about the floor. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. But I kind of like to throw a motor in it now and throw that 3-speed and all in it, and that'd be kind of cool because then I could just fire it up. Couldn't drive it, you know, yet, but that'd be kind of cool. But have friends come over and they'll be like, that car don't even run, and go fire it up. That'd be kind of cool, but I don't know. So I ain't made my mind up yet if I'm gonna put the 283 in it, because I'm almost thinking serious. I don't think I'll do it, but I've crossed that bridge though. I'm kind of thinking about it. If I'm gonna pull the 283 and that 4-speed out of the Chevelle, because yeah, that's another basket case. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that project. And I'm still gonna find a Chevelle. I will find a 66 or either 67 2-door hardtop, and I'm gonna find a good one that I want and make it the way I want it. And I got nothing against a Super Sport. I'd love to have a Super Sport, but I'm a little bit different from a lot of people. A lot of people will go crazy. They like the bucket seats in the Super Sport and all that. And me, I think it's cool. I did not know you could actually get a split bench seat in a Super Sport, and I think that's cool. I'm a bench seat type of person, so I like the split bench seat in the Super Sport. I think it looks cool, especially when you got the 4-speed. And I don't like a console either. I cannot stand them things because, I mean, they look cool and all. There's nothing wrong with them, but it's just a crazy amount of money that they want for a console. And I don't even like them to begin with because I like that clean look. You know, I got nothing against bucket seats, you know, but, you know, I just like to see the transmission tunnel. You know, it's nothing right in the middle. It's just got nice and clean. Nothing's there except, you know, you're just a transmission tunnel and don't have all that clutter in the way. But, and I am going to find one. It's just a matter of time. But here I go, blabbing here. But like I said, you know, so tires. I had called around a little bit, and I'm found a slightly now better deal about getting these tires and wheels mounted. And they wanted about 20 a piece to mount and balance them. And might take them up to Discount Tire and maybe get them mounted and balanced. That's a little better than 100. So I'm still gonna look around a little bit more. I still think it's crazy. That's ridiculous in my opinion, just to mount 4 tires and balance them. I almost thought about putting them on myself, but I just don't feel like going through all that. But I'm gonna look around a little bit more and see if I can find a little better deal. I mean, it wasn't even that long ago. It was only like $30 to mount 4 tires and balance them, put new valve stems and everything. It's only like, the most it would ever be is between $30 and $40. That's it. Now, counting you provided the tires, of course. But, I mean, it's just, I cannot believe it. It's crazy anymore. But I'm going to look into that, too, because I'm going to see if I can get a little better deal on it. That, to me, that's kind of a rip-off. But we'll look into that more and do a little more tweaking on this thing here. And I hope and pray that this thing will be back on the road this coming Friday, because I want to get this thing wrapped up before Thanksgiving comes and before it starts really getting cold and snowing and all that rigmarole. Got some pretty trees down here. Heat driving during the winter, it sucks. But anyway, we're going to end this video here. And of course, I always say I'm winning it. Never do. Keep it going. But that's okay. I hope y'all enjoy these videos. Really do. And like I said, these are not how-to videos at all. this is just basically the story of our Durango here, basically. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna get these things loaded up and hopefully get them up on the internet today. So y'all take care and be safe. Be safe out there. And I say that as in, I had the accident, wasn't my fault, but be safe. Always be safe no matter what. Bye.